first state chief of staff, I may say. He's well, I would say Mr. Abukabo corrected me, say I should say he's one of the front runners for the race to clinch the flag bearership. Without much further ado, please welcome Dr. Richard Conte, aka the Unifier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cecile. Okay, this is the press conference that has been convened by the All People's Congress Party for us to be able to address very important issues that have to do with preparations for the conduct of the multi-tier elections on the 24th of June 2023. All of you would know that when we talk about elections being free, fair, transparent, and credible, that process would largely be informed by how we carry out the activities leading up to those elections. And so as a party, we have been monitoring the process very closely. We have been engaging with all partners, and we have been doing our best to ensure that we fulfill all our requirements, all is expected of us. However, as a party, we have some concerns which will be articulated to you through our chairman and through the press statement that will be read out to you. So we have invited you here today so that you can hear directly from the party about how we feel about the conduct of the processes so far by the Electoral Commission, and for us to be able to also enlighten the public about some of our concerns so that we'll be able to answer your questions, clarify some issues, and maybe put all of us on the same pedestal as we all try to ensure that the elections in 2023 are credible enough. We have always maintained as a party that the elections will be an opportunity to give a report card to the current regime. If they have done well, we'll clap for them. But if they have done as poorly, as we all know they have done, we'll give them NR, never return. And that is what will be done. So you, the people of this country, will be teachers who will be marking the scripts of the SLP, and you will give them the appropriate grade. So I want to say we are most happy to have you here. Please, we are going to follow a very simple format. The ITGC chairman, who is providing leadership for our party now, will speak. After that, the secretary will read out the statement. After that statement, we'll have 3 comments from this side. The first comment will come from the mayor, who will make a brief comment on the voter registration process using the case study of the Western area, to present what the challenges were, and what the observations were, and what we did as a party. After that, Lawyer Ahmed Sise will come in and tell you what has happened since the registration in terms of our interface with the Electoral Commission, the processes that they had to go through, that they did not follow through, and the challenges we face up to date. Then, of course, I'm sure you all know that as a party, we are concerned about the proposed proportional representation system that we want to introduce through the back door. And as a party, some members of the party have taken the matter to court so that it can be addressed appropriately. It is helpful for us to educate the public about that issue, and we have no other person who wants to do so than the lawyer and legal advisor to the ITGC, lawyer Alpha Weti will do that. After that, we'll then give you an opportunity to ask questions. We'll be able to answer questions from the press, and we'll be able to respond to all of those questions as much as possible. I want to say we are sorry that we are starting a bit late. We have some last minute things to put in place, but now we are fine. But I have to pray and hope that you will all take due note of what is happening here, and please report appropriately. Report exactly what we are telling you here. I know you have done very well as a press footprint and the training, and today we are having a very good interview. The questions and answers will just be between the press and the item. So please, all others, exercise some respect. Thank you all very much. At this stage, I want to now invite Honorable Abdul Gabo to read the press statement. Sorry, before they read the statement, our boss, the chairman of the ITGC, has to set the tone for the station. Thank you. So at least now you can see the difference between Richard Conte and Abel Peter Conte. It's not the same person. Abel Peter Conte.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richard Conte. I want to say good afternoon to members of the press, and I want to welcome you to this press conference. The All People's Congress Party, we all know, is the largest political party in Sierra Leone and is considered the main opposition political party in Sierra Leone. With what's going on with the voters' registration and all what came out from the ECSL, it is something that people are skeptical about, something that we all, as Sierra Leoneans, are saying, is this what we expect of a government institution to do? So the APC in the past, we always have people that belong to the ECS, one of them being the chairman of the program, Dr. Richard Conte, and to my left here, Comrade Ahmed Sise, Esquire. So they work hand in hand with the ECSL to ensure that what's going on is reflective of what is expected of us. But what we found out, just what came out, and what we saw, it is unacceptable. We have not 257,000 registrants, which is almost around 7% of the total members that registered. Deleting 7% from any election has the tendency to skew. So on that, we want to make it clear that we need to see what areas those numbers were deleted. And also there's a saying that high tide lifts all boats. So if you have an area that is more populated, but when it comes to first-time voters, you have low number of first-time voters. That also is something that is skeptical, that is something that is raising a red flag that we need to look into. If you took 2 districts from the southeast and you put their first-time voters' numbers, it exceeds a region in the north and a region in the northwest and even a region in the west and west of Sierra Leone. So that is also something that is pointing to what we call unfair practice. So at this moment, I just want to lay the process, make the case that the All People's Congress Party is skeptical, and we have to follow the due process of the law and make sure ECSL, one of the most respectable institutions in this country, we want them to do what is right, and our confidence in them is still out there, but we want them to make it public, to follow the law, and do what is necessary. With that said, I want to hand over back to the chairman. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for setting the tone for this session. So you say there are key issues that we are concerned about as a party, and we now invite our secretary for the ITC to please read out the statement.
Next statement from the All People's Congress Party. APC demands for the disclosure of disaggregated voter registration data and an independent audit of the registration process. The public will recall that the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, ECSL, conducted what it called voter verification registration for the 2023 multi-tier elections. The registration exercise which was conducted from the 3rd September to the 4th October 2022, extended by 2 days, was meant for citizens who have already registered and voted in previous elections to confirm their biometric, review their personal information, and make corrections and inclusions where necessary. At the same time, it was also to register those who have not been registered previously. From the 24th to the 28th of November 2022, the ECSL reportedly conducted a 5-day exhibition verification exercise of the provisional list of voters. The APC, through its agent deployed across the country, observed these processes in the field and believe that both the voter verification registration and the subsequent exhibition verification exercises were exceedingly problematic. In our opinion, both exercises faced self-induced challenges and were deliberately designed and employed to create an unlevel playing field to disenfranchise a certain section of the electorate at the expense of our political party. With regards to the voter verification registration, it has become evident that data from thousands of citizens who had registered in previous election cycles was either incomplete, incorrect, or missing from the register. In many of these instances, citizens were not allowed to do the necessary corrections or create a fresh registration. Instead, citizens were inappropriately referred to the National Civil Registration Authority, NCRA, whose mandate does not include voter registration. In respect of first-time voters, the ECSL violates its own rules and constitutional provision on the eligibility identification criteria for self. For instance, Part 4 of the Public Elections Act, Section 24, stipulates that citizens are eligible to register either with a birth certificate or naturalization certificate, B, a statutory declaration giving particulars of their birth, C, the testimony of a member of the local council in the area of his residence, D, national identification number, or E, any other satisfactory evidence of his entitlement to be registered as voter. These provisions were deliberately ignored, and in addition, where the ECSL did not allow first-time voters to register, they failed to issue rejection form to these citizens. Additionally, the exhibition verification exercise purportedly conducted on Monday, the 28th of November, has exposed what appeared to be an electoral strategy to skew the outcome of the June 2023 polls. Once again, thousands of people who reported to the designation exhibition verification centers found out that the ECSL retained incomplete and incorrect data. Thousands of photos were absent along with names, addresses, and other details being very inaccurate. In these cases, correction to inclusion forms were not issued out to affected persons as mandated by law. The ECSL deleted by district 607 registrants determined to be underage. ECSL also deleted, without reference to district, 250,123 registrants, approximately 7% of the total number of registrants, who they stated were duplicated voters. An ECSL press release dated the 30th November 2022 states, and I quote, the Commission acknowledges concern from registered voters relating to the omission of some names from the provisional list of voters, photoless registration details, and incomplete data in some centers. The Commission also closely working with the National Civil Registration Authority to resolve these issues. End of quote. The lack of transparency, openness, inclusiveness of the ECSL in the operations has considerably tarnished the integrity of both the voter registration processes, and thus, we believe, has compromised the provisional list of voters. Moreover, the numerous challenges the public encountered during the registration and verification exercises and the ECSL's unresponsiveness to stakeholders concerned and the failure to address these has substantially undermined public trust in the entire electoral process. We believe that these setbacks could result in significant voter apathy. The APC is justifiably concerned that such public mistrust engendered the ECSL and their inability and failures to conduct free, peaceful, smooth, and credible voter registration and verification processes represent a slow and shameful reversal of our nation's hard-won democracy. The performance of ECSL and their persistent disregard for the law so far holds the potential for very chaotic elections, which is a serious threat to the peace and security of our nation. Unfortunately, all concerns raised and reported by the All People's Congress to the Elections Management Bodies and ECSL regarding the same have not yielded results. In view of ECSL's current performance and posture, the APC is constrained to state that the ECSL, as currently constituted, staffed and manned, lack the competence and trust to conduct free, peaceful, and credible elections. Therefore, for the attention of the government of Sierra Leone, AMBs, civil societies, the public, development partners, the diplomatic and the consular corps, the economic community of West African states, and the African Union, as required by law, the APC hereby demands the immediate disclosure of the disaggregated voter registration data, voter provisional list of voters, and an independent audit of the voter registration process. It will be recalled that the proportional representation is a product of time. It is a fallback position when there are no constituencies or ward for the purposes of public elections in this country. This was the rationale and the prevailing circumstances that warranted and justified the amendment introduced in 2001 as now contained in section 38A of our Constitution. The country ahead then just come through a brutal and destabilizing labor war fostering on the country, which resulted in the destabilization of communities nationwide, apart from the loss of human lives and destruction of property. An immediate effect of such a situation was the absence of settled communities and constituencies. Hence, the justification for the introduction of the proportional representation system. It was then seen as a contingency provision and not intended to be a regular format for the general elections of Parliament. Therefore, the All People's Congress notes that the PR system being introduced by government is not constitutional and is against the law of our nation. Here ends the press release.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Abdul Kadir. So it is now clear that there are three main issues that the APC wants to draw attention to. One is the registration process, which we think was flawed, and therefore, during the exhibition, all the issues were expressed. Secondly, we have viewed that the register itself that came out of that process was flawed, and therefore we are demanding an audit, because the integrity of the voters register, or what they now call the list of voters, is very integral to the credibility of the entire electoral process. So if we don't have confidence in the voters register or the list of voters, then it will be difficult for us to have confidence in the outcome of the election. So we are therefore saying that they should audit that system. And this is not new. In Kenya, which is a bigger country, they will have similar challenges with the list of voters, and they demanded an audit and it was granted. So we are saying let them also do an audit, and it can be done speedily. Within a month we can decide on it, and we can agree to proceed without necessarily interfering with the timeline for our elections. Thirdly, we are saying the conditions precedent for a proportional representation system simply do not exist in Sierra Leone, and we are saying that the SLPP wants to impose upon us a system that is not appropriate for the times we are in. It will disenfranchise people, do not allow for independent people to actually compete. How can one man compete against 18 people in one district and expect to win? So that in itself is unfair. There is no way an independent will be able to compete, and that even is not provided for in the Constitution. It will require a constitutional amendment, which was not done in the way in which they approached Parliament with their regulations. So we are saying that is not right, but the lawyer will delve into it a bit more. So I want to thank you very much, Honorable Abu Kabi, for presenting that statement on our behalf. I now invite our worship, the mayor, Leone Akitoya, to make a comment on the voters registration process out of 10 here in Freetown.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Actually, good afternoon, everyone. So at this point, I'm going to actually move from English to Creole, because I appreciate that we're being watched by people across the country and in Freetown in particular. and I want to be sure that everyone understands the points that are being made. So as the chairman has said, what I'm going to do is to speak to some of these issues, but with a focus on how this has played out in Freetown. And so I changed to Creole now. Now, good afternoon. So what I want to do now, I want to explain and express what to make we as APC get concerned over this whole process and make what to ask for level set in accordance with the right where the law viewing, let me actually see this provisional voter list. And Komeka do so, Komeka explain and show the reasons and why I get concerned or why Freetown show concern. I want to highlight few things where the statement already referred to. One of them, Nadipak say, during the registration process of INSEP, we see an activity, we see an action, but it is an area where to admit waiting section 24 of the Public Elections Act say. That section they say, now 5 different type documents person will able for can use for say me, I want register for vote. Me a citizen, I don't over 18, I need for vote. So for make you get that information, for make them get the confidence, say yes indeed, this person here meet the criteria. 5 different type of information they were possible. Naturalization certificate, a witness statement from the councillor, the statutory documents with the birth certificate or affidavit from lawyer. Now that's the law say, but what happen in practice, if PSL turn around and say, no, we will only accept birth certificates. And for day one, they will follow the process, because I know say even first-time voters and step in the press conference, if we follow the process, you can find out say, 10 minutes where they may say, oh, if birth certificates na yellow, na fake. You go outside and go say birth certificates na green, na fake. All in all, young people, their first-time voters will get a very difficult time. Even for the see when they queue na NACRA office to try for their birth certificate. So, time don't pass. But when the data come out, the actual voter registration data come out, it makes me look back and say, hey, if these first-time voters are here, if everybody will ever produce birth certificate, and if we remember at the time, some buckets of video them they come out, where they show registration they even happen in schools in some parts of the country. Well, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So we can't do the eating now. Now we can realize, say, well, it not look like, say, this issue here will be systematically addressed or implemented all over the country. Why I say that? I want to read to the press and to all who that they listen. I want to read to Una a table which show the number of new registrants. Now a sample of 4 districts, then the total registrants, and then the calculation of the percentage of registrants, new registrants to total. And across a country like Leone, you never expect to see huge variations, because we not get some kind of special birth control or something in Freetown, we're not in the other side. But let's do now the data. So na Kailahu, we get 48,461 new registrants, and a total registrants of 144,477 of confirmed registrations, which brings the total rather to 192,938. That means to say, the new one that we can register, they're first-time voters, they make up 25% of the total we register. Go to Kenema, the new one that we register, they make up 22% of the total we register. Go to Bo, the new one that we register, they make up 25% of the total one them we register. But come to Freetown and you see a big difference. The number in Freetown 33,698, make up only 6% of the total way registered. So in the whole of Freetown, for some reason, we don't small one there where they come up for the first time voters. Now only 6% of the total. We make the begin thing to say, something don't look quite right. And identity and then they raise questions of credibility in a system. But you have seen we're very important. We come to this question of the data and waiting ECSL tell we on the 17th of November when they issued a press release. Then give by district. Kainao, Kono, Kenema, Port Loko, McKinney, everybody. Then give by district. That number where they read so. New registrants, confirmation, total. Then they put na the end column minus underage voters. Then do them by district, the underage voters. And the total comes to 607 underage voters. They minus some. But then they minus something else. We do not do by district. Bulk number. They minus 257,123 registrants. We didn't say a duplicate. But they not tell we who side then duplicates in a day. If you're able to tell we underage, if you're able to tell we new registrants, you're able to tell we total confirmation, why you not tell we who side their duplicate registration then come out? So we go from 3.5 million to 3.2 million. 257,000, as the statement say, now 7% of total registered. That's a significant number. So if you minus 7% of total registered, we want to know which side and come out. We want to see the evidence. This, for example, you go say, this person, Mary Koroma, he be registered as center, so look in picture. Mary Koroma, look and back, he registered as so look in picture. Now so next we don't do one. So wait to make we not get some distance. Then we move on now to the exhibition, will be happen between the 24th of November and the 28th of November. Year back, we see a lot of things in our Freetown, because we are Freetown at the top 4. A lot of things in our Freetown when have been cause for concern. Let I just give one example. We happen at approved school, when at center number 16059. They be registered 1,524 people, because you know say una will cover the registration process. When I look at that manual journal been there, also that book been there. When I been write everything. So if you look at that book there, now be 1,524. But then when they come out with the exhibition, when they paste them and then put everybody in the wall, now only 1,008. That means to say 516. So small number. And at 1/3 of all the money we registered at that center, they're missing. Of course, as the statement they say, ECSL don't acknowledge, say, that happened. Missing information happened. Photo no they acknowledge that and then say they go work with NACRA for let they resolve them. But wait till we say, we want to know, because we as political parties, we get interest in this. And the citizens and the residents of this country back their interest. And the other thing will be very, very interesting when it comes to this whole process. As the statement said, that last paragraph of the statement, we talk about PR, proportional representation, where they explain that the statement says, the conditions precedent, that means to say, the thing the way you need forget, they're not there. Well, let me left that side to the lawyer them. Let me just talk about the side where affect Freetown. Because when you say proportional representation, then you say they get for reallocate seats. And how they do this reallocation? That statutory instrument, we don't go to parliament, we been get all that controversy. It do a calculation we don't ever see before. Now, indeed, it's for the research we don't do. I don't know of any place in the world where they use this kind of a formula for decide how many seats we go get in a Freetown City Council. What do they do? They say, let me take the existing number of seats. We in Freetown we get 48 seats, 48 wards. Then let me take now the census, the 2021 census. Let me add them together. Then let me divide by 2. This will become a mathematical equation can inside the PR system for allocate the seats. If you believe the census, why you get to go add them to the previous one, then you divide by 2. If the census not correct, now for left farm, you know go use something where not correct, because according to the census, the own number, we will only get 31 seats na Freetown. So when you add the 48, when are the existing, then you take the 31, when are the one according to the census, what did that give you? It give you 79. Then divide by 2, then round up to the nearest, the closest decimal point, then say 40 seats for Freetown. So we don't lost 8 seats at Freetown. So as the mayor of the city, that makes us very concerned, because then see the number, it also go with budget. It's not for nothing, and it's talking because as Freetonians, we know how difficult it is for let we get the resources we need for developing city. If a system don't come in, when we reduce the number of people and the seats in the city, and consequently the reduced budget allocation to the city, I believe saying a cause for concern for Freetonians. Because if you look out the window, if you say you move from here to Kamayama, from here to Mainkine, you go see population. And this population, they're not aligned with a reduction in the population. In fact, it implies say the population without experience that we city, now say the population don't grow. So let me look again at numbers. Me an economist, me an accountant. The numbers I don't play with all my life. So let me look at the numbers. Let me look at the relationship between the numbers. If we say we look at total number of people registered in any election, people that can register from out of the population, you know they ever get 100%. Even among we within IASO for this press conference, some man go they when I go register. It's not for you, sometimes you mama, you papa, somebody they, not for everybody they register. So let me look at the relationship between the number of people that will register and the number of people according to the census where they na Freetown, and then now this sample, I'm just using the same sample, the same 3 other districts. Kainau, when you take the number of people that will register, 192,000, you take the 2021 census, 550,000. You take the percentage, 35% of the people in Kailau, according to this number, that they register for vote. You go to Kenema, now 305,000 that they be registered. According to the census, Kenema gets a population, the highest population in the country, of 772,472. So as a proportion, as a percentage, now 41% of the people then waiting at Kenema that they register for vote. Let me go now vote. According to the total registration of ECSL, now 215,000 register for vote. According to Statistics Sierra Leone, the 2021 census, now 756,975 Dana vote. So as a percentage, now 28% of the people that are vote decide say then go register. I wonder what happens. Thinking about the census number really high for the reality. Anyway, I'm not going to comment from Bo because me not to the mayor of Bo, but me not the mayor of Freetown, and I will comment on Freetown. And the number of Freetown, total registration according to ECSL, that's 591,562. 591,562. But according to census, Statistics Sierra Leone 2021 census, not only 609,000 people, 174 Dana Freetown. That means to say 97% of people that are Freetown be registered for vote. 97%. Practically everybody will register for vote. Now waiting at the city register for vote. When we know say, when we come to the end, when we know say not possible. But let's talk something. Because I see some people when they make the comments say, well, people that are Freetown being boycott the census and therefore not their fault. No. When you do a census, you do it for the purpose of development. This is not a country where we get so many people. Yes, we get APC people, but this city here, we get a lot of people with independent mind. And at the time of the census, we see a lot of high-profile independent people them, when are influencers, when are speakers. I know we want to begin name them, but if you go on social media, you go see them. But you see people when they talk say, They're not ever come in a community. They're not registered in a community. We don't see anybody. And we serve as city council with COP. We've been doing a survey, and we know say people they not go everywhere. But be it as that may, let me just say for argument's sake, that because APC been saying no sign, no let them continue. Just imagine that. Just take them for argument's sake. If that was done and people them not be counted, the data valid? If problem day with the process, not people say, well, let me acknowledge, say problem day, let me lay them aside. You will just move forward and say, all the people in Freetown, we don't care. If they don't get budget, they don't get budget. Also, they be listening APC where APC talk. But me want to say again, the evidence we missing was not that it was a response to the call by the APC, but rather we've been getting whole communities, particularly informal settlements, where they not ever see enumerator. But at the end of the day, the numbers speak. The numbers speak. So let me come back to this number. If you take the 2021 census number of 609,174, then you minus, you subtract from the number of people that were ECSL say register, it left you with only 17,612. That means to say, from the age of 0 to 18, now only 17,612 in this whole Freetown. What would you see? All them picking there, the past. But never mind the picking, what would you see? Let me look the data where the Ministry of Education published. According to the survey we do in 2020, Ministry survey, they say in the schools that Freetown, Western area urban, we get 413,000 picking them that are generally speaking under the age of 18. So no matter waiting at the cause, if data not credible, there is no way you can tell us now 97% of the population, these are government data. ECSL, now government data. Statistics Sierra Leone, now government data. If you put it two together, it don't make sense. Government, really get you data. Now you get to consider, say, something not right now. The responsible thing for you, now not for you, that is in the way you be because you be doing a disservice to the citizens of your country. And you, not Papa government, not for doing independent God. So I want to conclude by saying this cockroachment in a sentence. I want to conclude by saying, I will say, always I say just now, not been be drowned by the very vocal adverts for the cockroach medicine. Okay, good, I see a lot of nods, good. So make I conclude by saying this. Western area urban, now the capital city, our city Freetown, now the capital city of the country. We know special, but we represent a melting pot, and it's very critical and important to be able to draw from this example a message where the underscore the statement where it be made. It don't make sense for Lewe as a city only get 6% of new registrants out of the total registration, especially where this is the city where first-time voters go so far as to make a press conference for expressing concerns about being disenfranchised. It will make sense for, let me say, the population, with the 97% of the population of the city register for vote. It will make sense for, let me census number result in a reduction in the number of seats. Now the Freetown City Council, not to speak of Parliament, I can't speak for them, but I can speak for Council, will translate into a reduction in the development budget for the city. It will make sense. And as a city mayor, as the mayor of Freetown, and he added his voice to this press conference for saying, ECSL, government of Salone, we urgently request we and all other political parties, in accordance with the law, let me get sight of the disaggregated voter registration details so that we all will get confidence. Election are process, all the process relevant for let me build trust. Una, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. So it's clear to me now that the data will be presented by the census, the data not reliable. And when I look at APC, the very tell them say the midterm census is wrong, and the very tell them say the registration will do cannot be allowed the first and second time voters them to make a register. Why they decide to do that? For the largest of it. If we say free quality education, then a flagship project, they will be ready not the first time voters they register. So for the good thing, but it's clear from this data we don't see for say they don't allow them at all for make a register. And that can make the thing very simple way to say, how do I do for shape the citizen? They not believe the 2021 census. The law say we have to use the latest census result for shape the citizen. But they not believe that. So what do? They get the average between the 2017 figures and the 2021 figures. The other, they divide by 2, they don't average. Everybody. So if they not believe the 2021 census, why did not simply discard that? Why did they go add and take average? When the law not provide for that. The law says use the last census. Why don't use the last census? They fear the backlash. And now, even when they tender average, they will still reduce the MP there in Western area. So Western area, we now don't get to get the same number of MPs there where they get the party. So they reduce about 5 MPs from the Western area. The council, they reduce 8. So the league, they reduce. Then the federal, they reduce. This is very, very bad. And then in their area, they will add the MP there, they will add the council of it. This is not democracy. This is wrong. And APC will say we never agree, therefore make them go back and audit that system, let them go back and withdraw that paper we were carried in the parliament. Let me go back to the normal electoral process, make the people of this country vote for the MP because we want to know whether or not the MP. This PR system, we don't know the MP. Now, what is the big for we? We want to vote for real MP, we want to vote for real councillor, so we get whether we the whole responsible for what will happen in the system. So we will represent una na the PPSC, we will represent una na the ECSL. We will engage with them to try to see how we will manage this process. But still, we get issues. Now, as a God of Ahmed, she said, make it tell me what are the challenges that where we don't face with ECSL, even after the registration, where the just go of further say, they don't mean well for this country, they want to fail the election, and we want to allow that.
Thank you very much. Folks, first of all, I would like to comment on post-registration and also some of the legal breaches that the Commission have committed. Now, but before I proceed, in Sierra Leone Legal Forum, somebody just posted that it reminds me of Section 3211. He's saying that the Commission is not subject to the control of any authority or individual. For the records, we do not seek to control the Commission. We're here to enforce our rights under the Constitution. The Constitution guarantees that every citizen must be registered, and that right cannot be abrogated by a mere instrument, constitutional or statutory instrument. we are here to correct a wrong, and there is overwhelming precedent in Commonwealth jurisdiction where the same demands have been made and they were met with accordingly. So for the record, now let me take you post-registration. The Commission said they will conduct an adjudication of the problems that Her Worship the Mayor catalogued in her presentation. We also prepare these problems during our routine political party liaisons committee meeting, and we were assured that during the adjudication process at the data center, Wellington, ECSL data center, we'll be able to address these issues. That is, issues of underage registration or multiple registration will be flagged up, and then we'll be able to comment and see why there is a duplication, i.e., if it's because of biometric issues or double center registration. So we put our concerns in abeyance. We went to Wellington Data Center. We took 10 days. During the center, up to day 3, we are not briefed in accordingly, and we, during day 3, were able to roam, but still, they came back to us and said there are about 44 computers. If at any stage we are to halt the system and ask why there is duplication, it will delay. However, at the end of the process, they will come up with a spreadsheet indicating some of these anomalies, double registration, which will make our concerns easier. We wait. Post-registration, post-adjudication, nothing was given to us. We went to an ONS meeting, and the commissioner is on record. He said, together with, I think Dr. Richard Conde can recall this, he said, on Thursday, we shall give you all the information you require. So we went there for the PLC meeting, and all they gave us is just that of all the return and what they perceive as multiple registration, 257,000, and underage voters, about 600. So our request to give us data as per recommendation 77 of the European Union Observer Mission, as per statutory domestic requirements and our international obligations under laws, they are flouted. We went there and we waited for the exhibition. Again, on the 14th November, a communique was disclosed to us stating their intention to conduct an exhibition as per law. Okay? Now, that might fulfill partially the requirement. Now, during the exhibition, a lot of issues arise. We had issues wherein the information obtained of previous registration in our database were inadequate. Some of the center, the people that they go if now 1,000 registered, the register will go now 500. Faceless registration. We have a barrage of issues and concerns. Now, the legal issues, the violation, this is just to assure the general public that we do not sit here and concoct stories at our pleasure. The violation, the law demands, section 27 demands, subsection 5 demands that exhibition must be for a period of 14 days. The register must be exhibited for 14 days as opposed to 4 days. That we consider as a violation. We asked to bring that to their attention, nothing was done. Moving forward, post-exhibition, the inquiry period. They sent us a notice that they intend to carry up an inquiry. Again, the law, 30, subsection of the Public Elections Act, subsection 2B, states that there has to be the time and place at which these inquiries are to be held. I'm not aware of any evidence or gazette that states the centers. We know the inquiry must be, it will be word by word. Every word gets an inquiry place, but we don't alert the entire APC vigilante and we cancel us. That's them for be vigilant, then they can do inquiry word by word. The Sunday morning, the 4th, we take home the election team of the APC, we call some of the centers, nobody no attend. Now, we go to the PPLC meeting, only for them we discover that only 75, initially they said to us, 4,000 rejection forms were issued. 4,000 rejection forms, which was abysmal in our reckoning. But having said that, 75 people and all the appellants are from Western area. So that's those support we claim that they're not being done as some of the areas then at the north, and that is, we consider that intentional. But that 75, now only one appellant case was upheld. Now, we also feel say that's now a blatant violation of the law, a violation of what we supposed for, giving. Now, coming to, is it new from when this regime came? Initially, I'm not going to hide this. Some of us, we are skeptical. And the vast majority of our membership brought this to attention, that they are aware that the law states that ECSL must disclose the employment pattern. In other words, all staff of ECSL must be gazetted by region, by ward. In 2012, 2014, you go to the ECSL website, even they will not see the gazette version of all employees of ECSL. Why the statute provide for this? This is for put away issue of bias, ethnocentric, and nepotism in the commission. It is very important that the integrity of the commission is not eroded. That will be a security threat, and that is our role as a political party, to ensure that our rights under the law not be infringed, and for ensure say all waiting we demand so no new. We not give a definite ultimatum. Our object is not to skew or to alter the date set for the 2023 election. Our object is, and our position is, if the register is not accurate and transparent, that it will be the foundation for rigging the elections. And we're not going to take on, so now we can't go to an election where we will not trust the register. The register, in our opinion, the register, in our belief, say it can be transparent. Now, the pattern is what we worry at. ECSL able to come up with every due process they flout. 2018, we have a similar issue. If you now not transparent on how you disclose information, Freedom of Information Act guarantee we for seek information where appropriate. If you not do so, who's guarantee when we go get say election day, polling day, you not go just come and name number and you declare person, one particular person as president. So we will insist, we will demand say we demand under the press release, and we invite the public and international community to peruse our press statement and see that we have legitimate concerns and that we in the APC, our position is clear and simple. We demand an audit, as I take the cue from our leader in Parliament, Honorable Cherikoko. I will take the cue on previous correspondence issued by Her Worship the Mayor that we demand transparency. So if we get audit, or to say the least, we can settle with data obtained from the field. You said you have a little over 3,600,000 data obtained. 2012, those data were disclosed to political parties. 2012, we have issues of 53,000 deduplication, and my colleagues at the election team can attest to that. That information was available to all political parties. Why there is a depart in policy? Why there is a depart in areas that we think are pertinent to the transparency of this election? So I want to subscribe to all the content in our press release and demand that ECSL leave to their ethos as stated.
Thank you very much. So it's clear from waiting, Ahmed just say that even after the registration, the processes then we were supposed to follow, they not follow. They consistently establish procedures as established in the Constitution, as provided for in the Public Elections Act, and we say this is not right. And as we already on social media, we have been seeing in everyone's parliament where even debate the proportional representation system we want to introduce in Sierra Leone. And even the Everyone's Parliament clearly came out in that debate to state say in conditions for men we get PR not exist in this country. And so since we now a law-abiding party, some members of the party decide to take the matter to court. So we not agree. You are going to impose a PR system on we, and we will call on the Chief Justice for empowerment the Supreme Judges as soon as possible and for them to speed up the hearing and give a ruling on the matter. The legal advisor to the IPGC to explain so we a bit about what we members don't care when I court so that the people will understand what they happen and how consistently they try to push APC to the corner. Mr. Lawyer, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I should say, the way all the speakers that we talk today, one common thread and one thing we want to also realize is that we are heading into an election where the laws of Sierra Leone have been systematically abridged, not followed, bastardized. You name it, find the adjective. It suits it completely. So we don't have a situation whereby we get constituency elections before. Now we name the place alone. All of a sudden, we say now we should go to district block system. The law provides for district block and for constituency. But for district block, the state certain conditions will exist before you actually say and use district block. And one of the key conditions is that there must be an absence of constituency. And as far as we're concerned, constituency day, parliamentarian day, ward day. Because we get constituencies, there was a way form constituency. So one of the people will come out, but can't say we will go into district block. And secondly, the other key issue is that Italy and Barcelona are the only country where the post of change in electoral laws 6 months before the election. Where they educate people back as to the new system in the future. Because a lot of people who have voted today have been there and say, well done. Not in the man where they vote now, not in there, but most of them are look pretty young. And not been both self doing that thing. So they can't change them from 6 months to election. Because the recipe for disaster and recipe for chaos. So some people are now take this matter go Supreme Court. Supreme Court now the highest court of the land. Supreme Court now no more day for determine issues where the thought and concern where somebody violates the constitution of Sierra Leone. They are to protect the constitution where we all and the guide we all at school. So now we all one day. What you can do? They don't know a statutory instrument in Parliament for user for amend the constitutional provision. And then they hear the word. To touch the constitution, not a big thing. If you don't think why was before they know the constitution, not a 2 years no money no more say this constitution will change that. No, from jurisprudence, they call the constitution, the ground law, and they call the papa already know them. So no, you know when you say we are being attacked with constitutional will change. No, you don't know. There are certain provisions, certain procedures that you must follow. And for as something as critical as election practices, one of the key things you can follow is that when you touch the constitution, you forget to touch the majority. Sometimes they say you go for referendum. Then you don't know how the constitution is important. So what they do, they go to play a statutory instrument where after 21 or 28 days become law. When the constitutional instrument is supposed to lay down, where the 2/3 majority of parliament will you actually change the constitution so you get this block system instead of the constituency. So that's what will happen. So people are going to court, and I will read to now briefly in some of the they're going to court for change, for challenge this PR system or district block system we have to talk about. So I will switch back to English. These people were the Supreme Court in its original jurisdiction for 6 declaratory orders. One restraining order and 1 directory order under section 124 and 127 of the 1991 Constitution. 1. They are for the court to declare that section 38A has the controlling precedent provisions, but constituencies have not been established as condition precedents for any PR election. 2. A declaration that since 2007 elections have been held under the constituency basis as per section 38(1) of the Constitution. 3. A declaration that the revision of constituencies does not necessarily result to boundary delimitation. 4. A declaration that the PR will include independent candidates as section 38A does not contemplate them. I think the chairman and also other people will not mention this thing, that if the whole PR system, independent candidate, nobody may, now we write, constitution may write to stand as independent. But if they do this, they will stand as independent candidate. 5. A declaration that to hold the multi-tier elections in 2023 using the district block system will be unconstitutional. When I add up the top in the ambush. 6. A declaration that the ward system under which councillors were elected still subsists. Because this district block system, they're all again, is that if there's presenter, tell them they will go away with work, or they will play around with the ward system and pick that consolidate. So one component court, let the court go tell you, say, I'm not trust the ward system. 7. A restraining order PCSL does not conduct the 2023 elections using the PR. 8. An order directing PCSL to conduct the elections using the constituency basis. Those are the primary orders, the primary prayers, where you know they're going to court for with the tribe. And when you go to order, after you don't ask them, you actually drop the court for remedy. Say, well, based on this, and the argument you don't put, this you allow to for you. 8. That this honorable court declares that the directive issued by H.E. retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Madabio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, overreached, offends and contravenes Section 38 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act No. 6 of 1991, and Section 38A of the Constitutional Amendment Act 2001, and therefore null and void. That this honorable court declares that the second defendant hearing, Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, acted beyond its powers conferred under the Public Elections Act No. 17 of 2022 when he announced the adoption and implementation of the district block and proportional representation system in the conduct of the 24th June 2023 multi-tier elections. That this honorable court declares that Section 55B of the Public Elections Act No. 17 of 2022 contravenes Section 74B of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act No. 6 of 1991, and therefore null and void. D. That this honorable court declares that the 11th Schedule to Public Elections Act No. 17 of 2022 does not create the power to initiate the use of the district block and proportional representation system in the conduct of elections. E. An order of mandamus to be issued against the second defendant, compelling him to apply and use the provisions of Section 38 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Act No. 6 of 1991, to conduct the 24th June 2023 multi-tier elections instead of the district block and proportional representation system. F. An order restraining the second defendant, their servants, agents, and juries, but also otherwise called from taking any steps whatsoever to conduct 2023 general elections on the basis of the district block and proportional representation system. Any further orders that this honorable court may deem fit and just age costs of this action to be cost record. So then prayers and remedies here in the Supreme Court for.
Also, that's just for information purposes, clarify, the Chief Justice, Justice Babatunde, don't empanel the Supreme Court judges away for seats for this case, and then not fix the date for the 9th of January, waiting for starts. So, Mr. Chairman. So, thank you very much. From that, the clear. Sierra Leone did not do PR system before. In 1996, we've been there in the West. Because we've been in the West, it's not been possible for NEC go all over the country for the election. So therefore, they make the whole country one category for the election. But the important thing about all the political parties, when you register at the time, they agree. There is no objection. They all meet, they agree for we not be able to go campaign outside Freetown. So when you make some consistency, when we do election, it will happen. In 2001, Tijan Kaba alone, one voice. Tijan Kaba, we find out say the situation has to be improved, but the world must still do it. Can now be still get to have the lives. But people or other areas, we still get to have the lives. So therefore, it's not possible to let the people there, but that's part of the vote. So it's called all the political parties together. Then they say, you know, for this election, now we amend the constitution to allow you to do a district block system. They vote by district. But when they vote, we will acknowledge saying that because we don't have to get constituencies, because we don't get even a census report when we rely on, because the last census went to not happen in 1974. The other census was to do in 1983. But so when they did the 83 census report from 1984, it did not hold. The next census was due in 2004. So results that we go over and they rely upon, they're able to demarcate constituencies and able to do elections. So they say because of that they amend the law, they create a law to say, inside this same kind of situation exists, we can do a district block system. They all agree now that we do in 2002. What is important for us that in the Constitution, every citizen gets some rights. One, you as a citizen, you get the right to stand as an independent candidate. Which means, if you know what the whatever reason, and we say popular enough, this particular regional symbol, and the other say are popular, you will not snap for your constituency and you go win. But under the 38A amendment, what was made in 2001, does not provide for independence, which means if they want bring an independent candidate for next year to snap in 2023, they will amend 38A. And to amend the Constitution, you need 2/3 majority of the members of Parliament. So that's clause. Some clauses of law and entrenched clauses will require a referendum. This one is not entrenched, but it requires a 2/3 majority. They are not going to go up, down, they don't get 2/3 majority. But they still want to make it tell us say that they are not independent of a contest, so that to go by constitution, they will present a statutory instrument in a law applicable to amend constitution. And for that they don't need 2/3 majority. Whether you when they say it's not going to happen, but you can get 2/3 majority. And they don't say the opposition is not going to get 2/3 majority. So that's what they say, let us go to the agreement. You cannot use a statutory instrument to amend a constitution. So we are saying this action where they say it is not the provisions of 38A and therefore it not to happen. What is also important for us to know is that
But this action, you know, with democracy don't grow. With democracy don't grow. The law don't come a long way, we don't mature. Now, we want to continue to determine whether they deal with MP, whether they deal with councillor, whether they deal with president. We want to determine that. Even we inside APC, before now, there's election. Now we don't advance. Now they say that we will pick whether they do with councillor, whether they do with honorable, whether they do with president. Now we will pick inside APC. And the example today all over the country. Now, if this system here is right, they don't take the power from over and put it on the other side. Which means the person who the big council ready to campaign to you. You just need to come to the party and tell campaign day, they put it in plus. The person who the MP, they don't need to campaign to you again. You just need to know that the party office and tell campaign they put on first. So they will take away the power of the people to make them be represented. But the right, they let you influence whether they represent you, not the other people do for you. So when they write the constitution, then they block beyond human right, beyond fundamental right. And therefore the APC is saying, no to it, and other members don't go across specific ways. Looking at the week, one of the people that don't go to parliament and our courts to represent the party, that the very person who the Attorney General declared human rights in 1991 Constitution, in an applied person. So we know the spirit and the letter of the Constitution, and therefore we don't create the document in that way, and we believe say we will get results. After this press conference, the party will write formally again to the development partners, it will write formally again to the government and formally to ECSL for drawing attention to this issue and for demand to make the appropriate action happen. So we want as members of the APC, as members of the fourth estate, we are all be aware and bring to the fore the way in which this government will continue to undermine democracy in this country. The way in which this government will continue to protect the Constitution, and the way in which they will continue to protect the result of the APC. And APC don't be there. They will go too far. They don't participate with the there. But you know that they don't going to push person. So make myself healthy, the idea so that the people will right action. So at this point, we will invite any questions or any issues for clarification with the guests. Let us see. Okay, let me continue. Open and open to the moderation session with the press.
Hello, we will create a tool. We will receive few sets of questions for now, then respond. Any? You name and the media house we come up to.
So the question is, so my question rests with the legal team. All right. So my question rests to the legal team. In your presentations, you said ECSL omitted some names from the register, the professional list of voters. I want to know whether ECSL has the legal mandate to do such. If no, if yes, what is going to be your step in that regard? That's the first question. The other question is with the mayor of Freetown City Council. You brought so many mathematics which I didn't understand, but however, I want to ask you a question that rests with which role did you play? Because ECSL is now saying they are going to use the data from statistics. which role did you play during the census conducted by Statistics Leone as the mayor of Freetown City Council? Which role did you play? Because they are saying they are now going to use this data from statistics. Okay. Those are the questions. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I will speak on the existing protocol because I want to talk to you. So, the question is, before they do PR's 98.1, before they do PR system, you get conditions when they call condition precedent. The reason when they advance now the August 10. The August 10 actually suffice for men and do the PRI system. Number two, I do an interview with the operations director at ECSL. He tells me, say, the people that will delete, now people that will the multiple registration. But me ask and say, you know, if you the over 250,000 people there, you say no to them. But now, people that name don't be deleted from the register. But they actually raise suspicion, say, now them people that then they delete. Then the other, that's the final question. I ask them also, say, them people that are own a delete, like how you say the provision, the constitutional provisions, say like 14 days, for them maybe like a 4 to 5 days. So I ask them if they will do any extension, they say no extension. Then they will develop an app, where that app they will actually, if you get the number, then we draw the input and we should say they don't reinstate you. We actually trust that system.
All right, one more question.
Yeah, my name is Amin Babakano from Big Radio. The first question will go to the mayor. Madam Mayor, you think say from 2018 to now you get very hit from the central government, now hit you. From 2018 to now you get a very hit from the central government and now ECSL don't hit you. You think say this is a ploy for bringing you down or to reduce your popularity or to bring the strength of your political party? That's my first question. My second question will go to the MSCC. Of the recent audios, there is so many concerns. It's not the first time we have this concern as a party to ECSL. Now, one from you, when I get a tutor, when I get a talent center, we are having my colleagues, all the one them will register with the voters registration. And that talent, when I figure, imagine, with the figure, when they release to the public, or there's a difference. If there's a difference to what you now get from when you tell a party, what's the difference of the numbers or the difference between the ECSL figure and the party figure? Lastly to Dr. Richard Conte. When I noticed so many concerns from 2018 from the central government that all this concern over ECSL. When I seen that they go to court. When they go to court for open case on I just they go to court for the record study to my time governor when I set as a Christian state. There's a record in our court, so we go to court. This case, who will take at court, and so they will judge that. That's my final question.
Yeah, I think we have received a lot of questions. AYV, a final question from AYV, they will respond, then we'll call off the program.
Morning, Big about AYV television. Quick one. During the presentation, Honorable Abdul, you do mention, say, over 2,000 new voters registered them. They will meet for ECSL. As APC party, we went at the next step. And yes, sir. Dr. Richard, you do mention, say, that when I get planned for election, say, when I sit together with ECSL, for making some of them are concerned they are able met. What if they're concerned they are not able met? They want to report for audits, for make the audits ECSL, and when they approach election. You don't think, say, the time for election and the time for audits will be in that election? election. Thank you.
Okay, I will start. I don't see the reporter will ask me about my role. I will collect for the actually CM. Yes. So I want to make a distinction between outcome and process. Okay? What's the importance? The outcome. Me not get a mandate, but I want to raise a very important issue because I know, and you still say your question, you go, did I make announcement and so forth? You go look on record, you don't go hear any announcement from me, but I can tell you this for sure. What I see and waiting being done all over where we party speak to. Now the fact saying just before the eve of the process of the census, a very significant international partner went at the World Bank right to the government and set out concerns where they've been get about the technicality of the process. Then talk about inadequate preparation. Then talk about there not having been an evaluation of the pilots. So they raise concerns which speak to the fact say even before day one, those were best equipped to make a judgment about the viability and the effectiveness of that process. We don't say, we see problem or we pull out. So me on position be influenced by that. If those with the money and those with the knowledge say there's a problem, I don't think say in from your part, I will break away from what we particularly say, which was there is a problem. I believe if we talk about a listening government, now that point where the listening for starts. Now that point where we go say, okay, let me put a stop on this. Let me take time and get all the ducks in a row so that we can do this thing and do it properly. Let me engage all the political parties so that we come into this with support. In the same way the NACRA, I remember when the NACRA registration may happen in 2018. I make video, I go NACRA personally, I go do the registration and I publicize them. But if you want to let us support a process, I get to support a process where I get confidence in. If World Bank don't pull out, and other partners in the end when the report was written, asked for the names they don't did it, nor did it, then that shows that there was concern at a very, very relevant level. So my role now for ensure say I be part of something where it gets validity and where it gets credibility. And really, what did Akisoya do or not do? Not to the issue. Freetonians, you can't say to begin a host. Oh, well, mama not been cook, so let all starve. If you're not a papa, come and make sure that food there and the host for the begin them. If something isn't right in the process, fix it. Don't tell me Freetonians they will suffer. They will get a population will not reflect the reality because APC that they select people that are registered. People that are not registered for many, many reasons. Not solely because what you say, I will say and again, there was an underrepresentation of enumerators in the Western area urban, particularly in our informal settlements, where accounts for over 350,000 of the registrants. The next question we're going to ask me is 2018. Where's the gentleman who talk about 2018 to date? Again, this is not about personalities. This is not about process. ECSL no hits Akisoya, to use his words. We did talk about the situation in which ECSL, through a pronouncement, we seem for only be implemented in Western area about birth certificates, it will appear, looking at the numbers, the answer in mathematics is too difficult. I don't think it's difficult to, if one side at 25%, one side at 22%, one side at 25%, one side at 6%, like you know, so they calculate the percentage. What you say is, we don't get consistency in application. And then the final question, I think that for Ahmed, the figure, I can talk for Freetown, certainly the figure where we will see, where we will do, we own a collation of data from the party agents during the registration process for Freetown. That figure was higher than 800,000 vis-a-vis the 591,000 where ECSL say. But we always follow the law, as Dr. mentioned, we're a law-abiding party, and we know say the only legitimate agency, body, we allow for pronounced registration details, voter details, the ECSL. So we know we'll come and talk, say, that this is the number. What we will say is, we want to see their number. We want to understand. We want the process be audited, because the whole team, from beginning to end, more questions than answers. And I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, the gentleman will say about the legality of omitting names from the register. I go straight to the point. The reason why we're here today, because we're not satisfied that the due process has been adhered to. The due process that before you do omission, you have to provide us with a list. So we don't say any omission when you omit at the register. It is according to Section 33 of the Constitution, is give the mandate to ECSL for conduct, for generate a register for the purposes of the elections. But that mandate they get qualifying rights, you therefore include with same way back when you interpolate election, when you interpolate election. Any alteration at the RR reforms, you need to summon the observers for see how you mistake and how you rectify them. So our point is whether the commission will not condone duplication, either intentional or intentional. But we are saying if we in 2018 we give them list of duplication, deep duplication 53,000. So when they put Suwin camera because the same date of birth and the same address show saying at the same person, we all saying at the same person. That is our point. Now, Mange Mansari 98.1, you talk about the condition precedent to evoke a PR system. This is always our caption. We're saying the condition precedent is not right for let ECSL advise His Excellency the President for evoke a PR system. Now, let me show you how they perpetrate the mischief. The mischief was perpetrated, and ECSL know for sure that it is not practically possible to conduct a boundary delimitation within the time frame of, at that time, the 8th of August to the deadline of December the 24th is nearly 100 days. It is not practically possible to do a stakeholder engagement on delimitation. We were summoned by ECSL to go and see the possibility of delimitation. And the process of this delimitation, when APC was in power, we summoned, in tandem with international best practices, a Dr. Ansley from Oxford Brookes University, a leading boundary delimitation specialist. It took about 6 months to complete the exercise of delimitation. ECSL knew that that exercise cannot be concluded within 100 days. And they know if they embark, all you need to do is the endeavoring aspect of that. And then you will say it is not possible to conclude. I will not leave, if there is a meeting in Makeni by 2, I will not leave here by 4 on foot. I hope say I work out for home Makeni, when I reach what I will say, I'm not going to reach Makeni. When I knew I cannot practically work out for me and Makeni for me to, and that is the sense of mischief from ECSL. This whole aspect of PPR was planned and carefully executed way before this. So I want to say that if anybody asks our position, we are saying the condition precedent to qualify a PR system was not met with, and the president, as my colleague put it, was incompetently advised. Because when you are ill-advised, you may have misinterpreted the statute. But when you are not competent to some extent, that is a whole different case, and that is our case. Now, you talk about the ECSL deleting about 257,000 names on the register. The passive multiple registration, again, just give credence to our case that we are not saying do not delete multiple registration. We are saying let us see the list of these perceived multiple registrants. There can be a criminal connotation. Some people may intentionally register, which criminalizes that exercise. So if we see that list, in order ECSL not to condone criminal activities, we must see that list also to see whether some of this is intentional. Now, Eagle FM, we talk about whether our data is in sync with national data. I mean, that is why we're here. There is a huge disparity. I will not tell you exactly, but let me just say this for a reason. The data that we collected from the centers, payroll centers, from our field volunteers, indicates that Western area alone, out of the 200, the number missing, of which we have more than 257,000. But for argument's sake, our number were in deficit of a little over that amount. It shows that almost 73% of the perceived multiple registration emanate from Western area alone. So there is huge disparity from the data in our database, and that's the one which was profiled by the ECSL. And then finally, AYV, you talk about omitting names as well, or omission of name. What's the way forward? We have reverted to the remedy that is provided to us by the Constitution. That is to seek a judicial review. When a government institution makes a decision that you're not happy with, you have to go to the Supreme Court. And we trust in the neutrality of the justice system. As lawyers, our job is to complement the court. We trust in the efficacy of the Honorable Chief Justice of this country. Hence, his empaneled justices of esteemed astute practice to hear our appeal. And we are saying that we're sure what is on trial is not just our prayers. What is on trial is the justice system of Sierra Leone is on trial.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. I will answer the questions for me and I will close the press conference at the same time. I want to clarify the issue about the position of the party vis-a-vis the census. Luckily, NAMI represents the party that the advisory board or the advisory committee of the census. And NAMI will go on radio and television to articulate the party in position on the census. And on our way we follow on our know say the party consistently they tell South Sierra Leone for say they're not competent, they're not ready, they're not able to do a credible census. And what happened in the last advisory board meeting now that we reset the position, and luckily for we, the partners led by the World Bank agree with we and they put their position in writing, which means if they're not being mean bad, then before at that point stop the entire process. Now, they decide to continue with the process. They say that they adopt a computer aided personal interview system, which means all the information they inside computer. If the information they inside computer, then IT people therefore know say by click of the button, you for able to get the disaggregated data. But up to today, Stats SL not able to give me the disaggregated data. They just they bundle the information they give me. And this is like a pattern. And at the same pattern back, ECSL don't do for this voters registration. If we don't say a biometric system, like a computerized system, click on the button, it is inside. Click on the button, we are able to produce the disaggregated data and give it. But the reason why we party, they raise concern, they say twice beaten, twice shy. In 2018, presidential elections, Then just give me lump sum figure. 30 days, they're not able to show we how many people they vote for Samura Kamara, how many vote for Madabio. Now all the various stations, when they add up to the total, when they say for announced results, 30 days. Then the information where they supposed for display at the website. So that if we lost, we know that we lost. So that we were able to take the results and compare them with what's in the RR forms and be able to assess the results whether they're agreeable or not. They don't go for 5 years. Now they want to repeat that again in 2023, and we are saying we don't agree. As a party, we don't want to go again. They put paper and we are to tell. We don't suffer enough in these 5 years. Where another problem? And somebody asked, will they go to court? If we just go to court for the sake of going to court. APC is a party we believe in the law. We believe in the judiciary as the institution where we forgo to for seek redress. We believe, say, if something not go right, we they go to the court. Let the courts go judge. We never need them. If they go decide to do the right thing or they not go do the right thing. Posterity will judge them. But we will do the right thing. So far as a party, we don't succeed for restraint with members. For men to not do anything out of the law. And we will continue for encourage the members then, for men to continue for the law abiding. However, we appeal to the government for say they get a responsibility for keep the peace. And they get a responsibility for uphold the rule of law. And they get a responsibility for ensure say the right thing happen. This issue about boundary delimitation, I also looking for be one of the people who they represent this party on all electoral matters and therefore everything about ECSL. I will also there at the conference where the EU they organized for discuss the legal framework for the elections. And one of the things that we discussed it at a timetable for the ECSL. The issue about boundary delimitation is slated for 2024. Because time simply not been there for the laws, you know, they get a time frame between 5 and 7 years for men to be able to conduct a new boundary delimitation. And for men to, and that will only happen after a census. So you get to do a census first before you delimit boundaries. So they decide to force in a midterm census, not because we need them, because they don't already prepare the strategic plan, the vision, the document, they don't prepare that, they don't wait for census. Not because of that. They've been done just because they want for manipulate the system and for rigor. When they see say the census where they don't do, it not produce anything better for them, before they accept say the census report is wrong, they decide to go for average. Nowhere in the laws of this country, you know, the way they say, when you work for the limit constituencies, that for fair average, it's not any. They say use the latest census report for the limit. They don't say use the last 2 censuses. So if the last census not ready, would then go by the only credible one, well, the 2015 census. And if they use the 2015 census, they will come and take away with constituencies. Is that right? And they not only take away with constituencies, take away with words, they also want to take away with rights for determining whether they lead we. We right for determining whether they represent we. And we as a party are saying no. And this is the position of leadership. And so we are going to court for seek redress. We are also engaged our partners for saying, hey, you are the moral guarantors. These actions of this government, they threaten the peace and security of this country. These actions, they undermine the democracy where people they don't sacrifice so much, some their blood, for ensure that Sierra Leone gets the democracy we enjoy now. these actions, what they do, if we let them unchallenged, they set a very bad precedent. When tomorrow will derail all the gains over these years. So as leadership of the party, we get a responsibility for leading the party for saying we don't agree and we explore all legal avenues at disposal. And let nobody not underestimate the resolve of the APC party. The APC party is able and capable for defending itself using all legal remedies available. And we do that, and we hope say the partners and everybody will understand. So on this note, I want to thank members of this panel. I want to thank members of the Fourth Estate. I believe say the secretariats will engage you now for sort out the necessary logistics. I want to thank the audience when I wake up. I want to say we all get the responsibility for ensuring the right thing happen in this country. Together, we can make Sierra Leone a better place for us all.
So, as you don't agree from members of the All People's Congress, where they demand for making them that they call for, that they call for the demand for disclosure of accurate data and independent of the electoral system.
There is victory for us. Oh yes, for us, oh yes, in the struggles of APC, there is victory.
So you don't agree from waiting the header don't say, but there we are with the man when APC himself when I asked for Peter Conte, the chairman. Yes sir, you could just tell me in brief waiting in all of this, waiting at they try for achieve and waiting at the amount.
No, we don't do the press conference. I believe said and don't explain everything. No, so yes.
Okay. So as you don't agree from all the stakeholders, they don't talk about waiting the one for achieve, waiting that they aim at, and that they call for independent audits into the electoral process ahead of 2023 election, and also the registration process and the cancellation of the proportional representation electoral system where don't they happen at the country. And stay glued to AYV as we they give updates on things the way they are unfold now the country. For AYV, me and Mohamed Bakar Kamara, they bring you these updates now. The All People Congress Party is a Freetown.
Thank you.